तुम जब आओगी तो खोया हुआ पाओगी मुझे। मेरी तन्हाई में ख्वाबों के सिवा कुछ भी नहीं। मेरे कमरे को सजाने की तमन्ना है तुम्हें। मेरे कमरे में किताबों के सिवा कुछ भी नहीं। इन किताबों ने बड़ा जुल्म किया है मुझ पर। इनमें एक रम्ज़ है जिस रम्ज़ का मारा हुआ जहन मुज़दाए इशरते अंजाम नहीं पा सकता। जिंदगी में कभी आराम नहीं पा सकता। These lines are written by the great Urdu poet Jaun Elia, who has gained so much more popularity after his death. He died in 2002, and now it's been 22 years, but his words still haunt every coming generation. While we know that he is popular, what makes him so popular? What makes him a great poet? Today, we're going to use this nazm that I just recited, called Ramz, to try and decode the brilliance of this tortured poet. He begins by saying, तुम जब आओगी तो खोया हुआ पाओगी मुझे। मेरी तन्हाई में ख्वाबों के सिवा कुछ भी नहीं। He talks to the beloved and says, when you will come, you will find me lost. In my loneliness, there is nothing other than my dreams. Which means that he is the tortured poet who lives in his mind and has nothing to do with the outer world. And even if he finds love, the beloved will not be able to find him there, because he is in another world of his own. मेरे कमरे को सजाने की तमन्ना है तुम्हें. You want to decorate my room. मेरे कमरे में किताबों के सिवा कुछ भी नहीं. There is nothing other than books in my room. This misra has become so famous, and rightly so, because there are multiple things that Jon Elia is able to communicate through this very simple misra. मेरे कमरे में किताबों के सिवा कुछ भी नहीं. While he says that there is nothing other than books in his room, it could be interpreted in multiple ways. The first way is that we can say that obviously if there are only books, there is nothing that you can decorate a room with, because you can't decorate a room with books. At least that's what Jon Elia believes. So in a way he's saying that my life is confined to these books, and if you want to decorate it with anything other than books, then you will fail to do so. The second thing that he is saying in a more sarcastic, satirical way is that don't do it. I do not want my room decorated. I do not want these luxuries of life, this flamboyance, this elegance, this luxury that everyone else seems to live in. I just want my books. And the third thing that he is saying, or rather implying, is actually making an excuse for the beloved not to come. It's almost as if making an excuse for not attending a wedding or for not meeting a friend and saying, I'm ill. The point is not that you are ill. The point is that you don't want to be somewhere. In this case, one can interpret it by saying that Jon Elia actually does not want the beloved to be there, does not want the beloved to intervene in his isolation. He has remained lonely enough for so long that now him and his books are enough. But what is so special about the books? He goes on in the next stanza by saying, इन किताबों ने बड़ा जुल्म किया है मुझ पर. These books have caused oppression. And what kind of oppression? इनमें एक रम्ज़ है जिस रम्ज़ का मारा हुआ ज़हन. What is Ramz? Ramz means something that is hidden. Ramz means something that is an ishara, as we call in Urdu. Something that is unsolved, something that is referring to something else. Something that is not open, something that is not explicit, almost like a secret. इन किताबों में एक रम्ज़ है जिस रम्ज़ का मारा हुआ ज़हन. And this brain that is trying to solve these mysteries of whatever is written in the books, इस रम्ज़ का मारा हुआ ज़ेन मुज़दाए इशरत अंजाम नहीं पा सकता. Cannot get the good news, the glad tiding of finally reaching a destination. ज़िंदगी में कभी आराम नहीं पा सकता. And so, because this mind is lost in these books, and these books don't have the answers, rather they have even more questions about life that make me question the existence of my being, he says that the more I read these books, the more crazy I become. The more I realize that I will never have the good news or the pleasure of reaching a destination, of reaching an answer. Zindagi mein kabhi aaram nahi pa sakta. This mind will never be able to find peace in this life, which leads back to why he does not want the beloved to be there, because he knows that not only is he a lost cause, he is essentially a poet who ponders about his existence, and this question of existence makes him lost in his own isolation, makes him realize that there is no destination, that there is no answer, and all there is a path that leads nowhere.